I'm back with part 10. Let's begin. After Naruto started his laughing fit, everyone became terrified. Even Kurna and Anko were a little freaked out. Thought Anko was experiencing pride as well. Sasuke and Sakura decided to head into the Chunin exams. Sasuke-kun, a shrilled voice called as a blonde kunoichi jumped onto his back. "Did you miss me, Sasuke-kun? Get off me, pig. Get off of him, pig," shouted Sakura. "Sasuke-kun is mine." "Yeah, right, you're just a lost puppy, Naruto." "Go to your lost puppy, Naruto," spoke "Yahoo!" a gruff voice called. "We're all here." "Troublesome," a lazy voice spoke. "Do you have to be so loud?" Hey, no, where it is not Naruko, Naru-chan, no, Naruko," a timid Konoichi asked. "Hey, where's the baka?" asked. "I need to give him a piece of my mind for getting me in trouble with Daddy." "I'm going to kill that dope," Kiba grumbled. Suddenly, the entrance door bursted open with a loud bang. As everyone looked, they saw that there was no one there, just a long, empty hallway. Then it happened. The lights at the very back began to flicker before going off completely. In the darkness, a pair of crimson red eyes became visible from afar. It was all that was visible. They were very fox-like. They began. Then the singing began. "Total slaughter, total slaughter. I won't leave a single man alive." The eyes began moving forward towards the entrance, but there was no footsteps. The lights as off began to flicker off as the eyes came closer. The room began to fill up with fear. La de die, genocide. La de da, an ocean of blood. The eyes were finally at the door and stood the only part of the strangers was the only part visible. The room was full to the top with fear. It only continued to grow. "Let's begin the killing times." The first footstep made its way through. From the shadows, Naruto appeared. He was still under his hedge, but his blindfold was off. He gave the room a full view of his fox-like eyes. "Hey guys, what's up?" Naruto said, chillaxed. Naruto, Naruto, you troublesome blonde," Shikamaru sighed. "You scared us all half to death." "Only half?" Naruto asked. "I'll do better next time." "I wasn't scared," Kiba boasted. "Then why are your legs shaking?" Shino asked. "Shut up." "Hey, you guys should keep it down," a newcomer spoke. "You're drawing in a lot of attention." He looked at Naruto. Especially you. You freaked out a couple of people with that intro." It was true. Sorry about that. It was true. Everyone had their eyes on the rookie nine. Naruto decided to have some fun. Well, the only thing to fear, he eyed them, is fear himself. He let out a growl. So they should be afraid. They should be very afraid. Naruto began replying his blindfold. When Ino opened her mouth, Baka, why are you wearing a blindfold? She asked. It makes you seem like a bigger Baka, and it clashes with your orange monstrosity. You you don't understand that being a ninja isn't about fashion or looking good, Naruto spoke. Plus the blindfold makes everything look impressive. Just look at the rainin over there. Everyone turned to the Genin squad of rain. They There was one with both eyes covered. It wasn't an exact blindfold, but proved the point. The rain ninja gave a smile, nod, and thumbs up. Someone understood. Maybe I could be a service to you all. Kabuto offered. I have information from my previous times here. Is this your second time? Kabuto Sakura asked. No, it's my seventh, he admitted. Man, you must really suck, Hiba taunted. Or these exams are just extremely difficult, Shikamaru started. Kabuto, Sasuke called. Do you have information on individuals? Yes, who would you like? Gaara of the Desert, Rock Lee, he paused, and Naruto Uzumaki. You know their names? He stated. That's no fun. He drew 3 cards and began reading the first. Rock Lee, a taijutsu expert with no ninjutsu or genjutsu. His teammates are Tenten and Neji Hyuga. 25 D ranks, 21 C ranks, 1 B rank. Hey, that's pretty impressive, someone said. Gaara of the Desert. His skills are unknown. His teammates are his siblings, Temari and Kankuro. 0 D ranks, 9 C ranks, 8 B ranks, and 14 A ranks. The scariest part is, Kabuto spoke, he's never been scratched on a single mission. Naruto Uzumaki, a genjutsu and a kenjutsu user. His teammates are Sakura Haruno and Sasuke Uchiha, aka the Mirage. Blonde Mirage Blade, the hero of Wave and Fear are his nicknames. 84 D ranks, 16 C ranks, 2 B ranks, and 1 A rank. There's no way the Baka did all those missions, Sakura screeched. You must have him confused with Sasuke-kun's stats. Actually, these are the missions I've taken with my girlfriend. That's right, plural. He paused and watched the men's reactions. The Ice Queens of Konoha. He managed to fight off Sabuza, the demon of the mist, and turned him into a leaf shinobi. Instill hope and saved a village, getting a bridge named after him, killing nearly 200 bandits, and he was one of the people believed to be a dope. Many eyes were on Naruto. This was like fear buffet for him. However, some of that information is classified. I'll have to watch this guy, Naruto thought. Hello, Naruto-kun, Temari greeted. Are you gonna let me touch those whiskers yet? Hello, Temari-chan, Naruto returned the greeting. And no, these are still for my hands only. He noticed her off to the side. Kabuto made a comment that on the sound getting that was foolish, insulting an unknown enemy. Alright, maggots, take a seat, Ibiki shouted. It's time for the first test to begin. After explaining the rules, which I will not do, they began. It's simple. If you look underneath, you will have the answers without getting caught. The only way to ch- the only way to do that was cheat. Useless. You're Naruto. Proctor San, Naruto called. Can I have the answers? Everyone paused at their actions. They couldn't believe that someone actually asked for the answers during a test. Yet, here was Naruto doing the very thing. Jonin Lounge. Kakashi was banging his head on the wall in embarrassment and anger. How could one of his students do that to him? He answered. The answer was actually pretty simple. It was Naruto Uzumaki. Uncle was happily laughing her head off. Kurenai had to admit that it was a little humiliating, but it worth it to see the look on everyone's face. Plus, it was a technique that no one had ever tried before. Did he really think Ibiki would just give him the answers? Asuma asked. Probably, Kurenai answered. Exam room. Sure, he said, handing him the answers. All Jonin face palmed, minus Uncle, who just rolled and on the ground laughing. Ibiki was impressed. Naruto had to be either the bravest or craziest genin he ever met. May I have the answers too? Shino asked. Ibiki was tempted to give him the answers, but he had to keep his reputation. No, Ibiki stated. Please, Shino tried. No. Why did you give the answers to Baka? Sakura asked. You should give them to Sasuke-kun. Not that he needs them. She went on ranting about how great Sasuke was. It was a nightmare. Does she ever shut up about the Uchiha? Ibiki asked. Not unless you threaten her, Naruto asked. Then you may have a good minute. I'll give you the answers if I shut her. I'll give you the answers if you shut her up, Ibiki offered to Shino. Harno, Shino whispered. Be quiet or my friends here will eat you. He allowed his insects to crawl around in a dramatic fashion for extra effect. They all believed he would. I believed he would. Not that he'd get much off her. Not that he'd get much off her. Many thought there is no meat on her bones. With the answers, Naruto quickly blew through the test, minus the 10th answer. Not that it matters though. He had already figured out the meaning of the test. Alright, are you all ready for the final question? Ibiki asked. The 10th question was the dangerous one. He decided not to take If decided not to take it, then you and your team were disqualified. If they did take it and failed, they would be unable to be promoted ever. The Genin were already leaving the room. This guy is practically spoon feeding me fear of failure of it. This guy is practically spoon feeding me. The fear of failure was intoxicating, but still not enough. It's out of nowhere. It's nowhere near enough. For those still here, Ibiki spoke, you pass. As he spoke those words, a black cloth broke through the window. It spread to reveal a sign. Read it. The second proctor, the sexy and taken Uncle Mitarashi. I am the proctor for the second exam, she spoke. Uncle Mitarashi. Uncle, Ibiki sighed. You're early again. You let so many through this year, Ibiki. Uncle pointed him out. Are you getting soft in your old age? No, but your little friend there, he pointed to Naruto, is a wild shot. I know, I'm so proud of him, she cheered. Hi, Hemi, Naruto. Naruchan, she greeted as she moved to sit on his lap. I saw your intro. It was amazing. Thank you, she spoke. I aim to please. Oh, Naruchan, she purred. Do you? Before you began, before you two begin something, you probably won't stop. It was true, they wouldn't. You need to remember you are the second proctor. Right, she had forgotten already. I want you all to follow me to the next exam spot. We are all going to cut to the remaining teams in half. Naruto raised his hands to ask a question. Yes, Naruto? You will be allowed to literally cut people in half? He dropped his hand. Oh, my bad, let me reread that. Right, she had forgotten. I want you all to follow me to the next exam spot. We're going to cut the remaining teams in half. Naruto raised his hand to ask a question. Uncle said, Yes, Naruto, you will be allowed to cut people in half. He dropped his hand. No, I'm not going anywhere with you, Sakura screeched. Not after what you pulled me and Sasuke-kun through, Naruto. Uncle spoke. If you would, everyone in this room had began lunch with. Everyone, this room has been laced with exploding tags, spoke Naruto. If the blast doesn't kill you, the collapse of the building will. By both he and Uncle went up in smoke. Everyone looked and saw the room was indeed laced with explosive tags. Many were wondering the same thing. How did how did we miss him putting those up? They'll never know that they'll never know and that the explosives were set off any second. Ibiki was the first one out the window. He had no doubt in his mind that those explosives were real. The Genin followed soon after. 5, 4, 3, 2, boom! Oh god, he was trying to kill us, a random Jenny shouted. All eyes turned to Naruto. Even Anko had taken a look to the blonde. Naruto, she stated. Those explosives are real? Yup, he answered. People could have died. Unfortunately, they didn't. He spoke. But now they'll all fear me. You make me so proud. Alright, that's the end of part 10. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys can like and subscribe now, I would be very grateful. And thanks for watching or listening.